We are about to talk about the best defenses in Madden 26 post patch. But before we do that, I just wanted to quickly cover a couple of abilities that I think I would recommend. Now, in this game, the ability game is really interesting. And in some ways, it's refreshing because you're not chasing abilities every time they drop a card. In some ways, it is kind of frustrating because the reality is, especially on the defensive side of the ball, EA made a concerted effort to make abilities more of a dice roll. And so if we're just talking about, how to get better at Madden, how to be a better defensive player, what you should look for, what are the keys, I'm going to tell you that there's really two, maybe three types of abilities that you should be considering. So the first type of ability that you should be considering in Madden 26 is any form of zone knockout. Okay, any form of zone knockout is an ability that I would recommend considering. Personally, I don't use zone KOs as of right now, but whether it's deep zone KO, deep out zone KO, or mid zone KO, those are really the three abilities that I'd recommend. Honestly, in order of priority, having mid zone KO is actually probably more important than having even deep out zone KO. But the bottom line is any kind of zone KO, that is something that is worth considering. It's worth your time to at least look at, different types of things. I don't necessarily super recommend man KOs. They are kind of similar in the sense of the zone KOs, but what I would recommend is if you're wanting to run more of a man-to-man defensive scheme, I would actually recommend that you check out the ability Inside Shade. Using Inside Shade and man coverage is going to help you play a little bit more better man coverage. Rocking a little No Money Spent squad here, actually, which has been grinding for the last couple of days, and have a decent squad. But I don't think I even have a single player on my team that gets Inside Shade. I don't have Bates all the way up yet. But anyways, so you could do an inside shade somewhere if you want on your slot corner or your two outside corners, however you want to do it. But the ability that is widely accepted as something that you should be doing because of blitzing in this game, and because of how blitzing works in this game, and because of how pressure works in this game, one of the best things that you can do for your defense is something that everybody knows works, okay, consistently, is using a double or nothing. And my recommendation would actually be using at least 3, if not 4 or 5 double or nothings, depending on the scheme that you're running. If you're running 3-3-5 odd, you could justify using 4 double or nothings. If you're running 3-3 cub, you could probably justify using 5 double or nothings, right? If you're running mid blitz, you could probably justify using at least 3, maybe 4 double or nothings. So the thing with double or nothing is one of the most consistent abilities in this game, especially on the defensive side of the ball. You know, without a shadow of doubt, that if you use double or nothing, you are going to get better sheds than if you do not use double or nothing. Now, the question is, should you use double or nothing plus something, or should you just use double or nothing? Now, what I'm recommending, if you're trying to optimize for sheds in this game, okay, I am personally recommending right now utilizing a double or nothing and a BOGO or an instant rebate. Either one of these abilities is honestly fine. They basically just help you get better sheds. So double or nothing and BOGO, as of right now, is probably honestly the best overall method to getting better sheds. However, if you wanted to optimize your AP a little bit more, you wanted to get another double or nothing, depending on the scheme that you're running. If you're running dollar, it's pretty much widely accepted that 3 double or nothings and then either zone KOs or 3 double or nothings and instant rebates is pretty much what you want to be doing if you're running like a dollar defense or a dime 1-4 defense. If you're running like a mid blitz or double mug or more of a aggressive pressure type of defense, then you could easily just justify just having double or nothing on 3 to 4, maybe even 5 players, and you're going to get better sheds. So the bottom line is those are kind of the decisions. You're either going to optimize for zone KOs, so you're going to have 3 double or nothings and then zone KOs, or you're going to optimize for inside shades if you're playing more of a man-to-man game. So you might only have 4 double or nothings, but not double or nothing in this rebate, and then an inside shade or 2, depending on how you wanted to do it. And then you might just be optimizing for sheer pressure and saying, I want 3, 4, 5 double or nothings, and I'll figure it out from there. So those are the abilities that I would recommend at least considering on the defensive side of the ball in Madden 26. The overwhelming majority of the defenses that we're about to talk about are going to be found in the Minnesota Vikings defensive playbook or the Jacksonville Jaguars defensive playbook. These two playbooks are widely considered probably the best all-around defensive playbooks in Madden NFL 26, especially with the fact that 4-3 even 6-1 in the Vikings book got a Tampa 2. I don't know if Jaguars did or not, but I know the Vikings book did, but they added in a Tampa 2 here. But 3-4 odd, 4-3 even 6-1, double mug, cub odd, and 3-3 single mug. Really, really good defenses here. You have 1-4-6, you have dollar. A lot of good stuff in the Vikings playbook. The main difference in why you would want to choose maybe Jaguars over Vikings is because Jaguars has nickel wide if you wanted to run some of that. It has a little bit more of it has BNOG in there, and BNOG actually has some good pressure this year. And then it has dollar. Dollar, it's always good. It's a very good defense still. So those are kind of your decisions. But before we get into this, I did just want to let you know that if you guys want to take your Madden game to the next level, you can get these defenses in full ebook format in our school community. It's only $10. It gets you access to all of our offensive and defensive ebooks for both Madden and for college football. So if you're looking to win more games, our school community will help you do that. I guarantee it. It's only $10. And again, if you want to sign up for that, that link is going to be in the description down below. The 3-4 odd defense might just be the best blitzing defense in all of Madden 26. And the main reason why is because it gives you a ton of variation in really how you can craft pressure, where it can be able to look identical, but be able to come in on different sides with different angles. So I'm going to be showing you how to basically utilize this defense. My recommendation, what you want to do is your coach adjustments here. Auto flip on, defensive motion response default, option read key conservative, pitch key aggressive, read and pass key are going to be both on conservative. Zone drops are going to be on 5 for your hooks, generally, unless it's a long yardage passing situation. And depth and width here is going to be on close and pinch. This is out of the Minnesota Vikings defense playbook. Notice here at the bottom, you want to have this package equipped OLB flip. This is just going to make it so that you get better adjustments within the formation, and the linebackers are actually coded as linebackers. Now, if you want to run this out of a man-to-man look, you can use this play pinch buck 0. If you don't want to run this out of a man-to-man look, then you can use the play Tampa 2. So what we're going to do is to set this up, very simple. You're just going to show blitz your linebackers just like this. And then you're going to blitz the linebacker that is on the side of the blitzing outside linebacker. So as you see here on the left side, we're trying to craft pressure left. So we're going to blitz this linebacker on the left. That's it. You're pretty much done. You can do whatever you want with your coverage adjustments here. But what you're going to see is a very simple 5-on-5, easy, odd blitz, pressure off of the edge. Very, very consistent. They're going to have to block somebody to properly pick this up. If you want to QB contain, you can QB contain, help them come from rolling out of the pocket. And as you see, we're just getting this nice, clean pressure off of the edge. Now, you might be asking, what if I wanted to send pressure off of my user side within this defense? So it's actually relatively simple to send pressure off of your user side. That is going to be done through using a play that is the opposite side of Tampa 2. So in this case, it could be this play cover 3 sky, but you're basically just looking for a play like cover 3 sky, cover 3 match that has that linebacker on the outside blitzing. You can do it out of cover 1 hole if you wanted to do it out of man coverage. What you're going to do, though, and this is really important, is in your shell, you're going to turn that shell to a cover 2 shell so they don't know if you're in a cover 3 base defense or a cover 2 base defense. From there, you're going to come out, you're going to show blitz just like you did before. You're going to blitz your user this time. And what I like to do is essentially I like to D-pad switch off. So I don't like to change who I'm using every play. I like to use the same guy. So I'm just going to hit left on the D-pad, and you're going to see that you're going to get this pressure off of the right side of the screen. You can also get this same pressure if you blitz this guy and user this guy. I'll show you real quick, and you could do it that way as well if you'd like. The 4-3 even 6-1 defense, this can be found in a lot of playbooks. I'm going to be showing it to you today out of Minnesota Vikings defensive playbook. This defense in particular is a defense that literally gets better not only every single year, but it also gets better as the year progresses. As you get faster players, as you get faster linebackers, this defense is a defense that just seems to grow and get better as the year goes on. The way that you want to run this defense is you want to have auto flip defensive play call off. You want to have option read key on conservative, Option pitch key on aggressive, RPO read and pass key both on conservative. At the bottom here, you want to have your hooks on 5, your safety depth on close, and your safety width on pinch. From there, in your 4-3 even 6-1 defense, what I prefer to do is go ahead with your substitutions, and you want to put your fastest players possible on the outside of the defense. You want to put your best defensive line, your best shedders at defensive tackle in this, where that's where your double or nothings are going to want to go. And then you want to have as fast of a user as possible. Players that aren't that super important are actually the defensive ends in this defense. Those are where you could kind of skimp a little bit if you wanted to. Now, if you wanted to be more of a man-to-man player, you could run the Samuel blitzes. It is one of the best ways to blitz in this game. If you want to be more of a zone player, you can do pretty much everything you want to do out of either cover 3 buzz, Tampa 2, or cover 4 quarters. I'm going to be showcasing Tampa 2 in this little breakdown. So what you're going to see here is you are simply going to show blitz your linebackers. You're going to pinch your defensive line. And what I like to do is slant my defensive line to the inside just like this. We're then going to blitz our linebacker on the left-hand side of the screen. We're going to QB contain, and you're going to see here that the center is going to target my user. So as you see, the center is targeting my user, and you're going to see that generally speaking, this blitz should come in off the left side. Now, if that happens right there, I'm going to show you an alternate setup that is actually really even probably better, and that would be to actually go ahead and blitz your user just like this. You're going to take the defensive end, put him in a zone, whatever zone you want, and then you can obviously craft your coverage adjustments. But essentially what this does is if you blitz your user down, it's going to make this just a little bit more effective of a pressure. So what you'll see here, blitz that user, and you see how clean that pressure comes in off of the left-hand side. What's nice about 4-3 even 6-1 is that you can also send 6, and you can send both linebackers every now and then, where if they block a running back or something like that, they're going to struggle to pick this up. When I send 6 out of this, I like to engage my user with the center. So I'm going to hit the center and then try to get off and get into coverage. And you see that this thing can scream once you engage the center. In general, the 4-3 and 6-1, just an incredible blitzing defense. And you can also always blitz off both sides because of the symmetry that is provided. And if you mix in this engage, all of a sudden this defense goes to a whole nother level. The nickel 3-3 cub is one of the best defenses every year in Madden 26, and the reason is because it is a good run defense, but it is also the ability to get quick, simple pressure, especially when your opponent sends their running back out into the pattern. For your coach adjustments for this defense, you want to make sure that you have auto flip defensive play call off, option read key on conservative, option pitch key on aggressive, RPO read and pass key are both going to be on conservative, and hooks, I like to put them on 5, and where safety depth is going to be on close, and your safety width is going to be on pinch within this defense. One of the most important things that you can do with this defense is in the packages at the bottom of the screen. You want to flick that right joystick to the right one time, and that's going to give you the OLB flip package. You then want to proceed to make your substitutions and put your personnel where it matters. You want to put your fastest linebackers at the outside linebacker position, and then your 3 interior defensive linemen, you want them to be your best shedders possible, probably trying to get double or nothing in instant rebate or double or nothing in BOGO on them if possible. And then your user in this defense is going to be the middle linebacker. Typically, you want him to be a fast safety. Once you open up the play call screen here, you can choose either the play Samuel Blitz if you want to be more of a zone defense player, or the play Mike Blitz 0 if you want to be more of a man defensive player. You can also do these out of pretty much any play in the formation if you want to use Tampa 2 or cover 4 show 2 to get a matched defensive shell out on the field. But for this example, we're going to be using the play Sam Will Blitz. Now, as far as the shell, make sure you have that on cover 2 at the bottom. You get that by flicking the right joystick to the right. And then at the bottom of or at the defense here, what we're going to do is we're going to typically want to blitz off of the non-running back or the non-tight end side. So what we're going to do is we're going to stand on this side right here, non-tight end side. We're going to blitz our user. We're then going to take this defensive linebacker here on the right side and put him in a zone. And then we can adjust our coverage as we see fit. From there, we're going to QB contain. So you see that this is what it looks like. Make sure you blitz yourself if you need to. At the snap of the ball, what you're going to see here is we're going to run down and we're going to hit right on the D-pad, and you're going to see that this is going to give us a really nice, simple edge rush off of that right side. Now, situationally, if they are not untargeting your user defender or not doing any sliding, you can actually get this to come in, sometimes only sitting 4. If you have a really good hover on the user down, you see that linebacker is still able to be able to come in off of the edge. The 3-3 Cub defense features, I think, the best combination of coverage and pressure together. And you still have the ability to shed with those 3 interior D linemen if you ever wanted to play, maximum coverage defense. The nickel 3-3 odd defense is one of the best blitzing defenses every single year due to its ability to get different types of pressure and different types of alignment from how you want to set up and run the defense as a whole. What we're going to be doing today is showing you how to run this defense at a pretty high level and get great pressure with it. What you want to do in your coaching adjustments is you want to go ahead and turn auto flip defensive play call off when running this defense. I also recommend turning defensive motion response to disabled when running this defense. Option read key conservative, pitch key aggressive, RPO read and pass key both are going to be on conservative. And at the bottom here, you want to put your zone drops on 5, your hooks on 5, typically, unless it's a long yardage passing situation. And then you want your safety depth on width or safety depth on close and your safety width on pinch. From there, at the play call screen here or at the formation screen, you want to flick your right joystick here until you get to the defensive end swap package. That is going to fix your adjustments. What you basically want to do is you're going to then have to sub everybody back in. You want fast safeties at these sub linebacker positions right here. And then you want your 3 best pass rushers, your double or nothings. You want them on the interior here. And then you want your fastest linebacker on the outside. And then you have a really, really good potential to get good pressure with a slot corner type of look. Now, the base blitz is going to be out of this play here, cover 3 match. And all we're going to do is we're going to show blitz our linebackers and we're going to blitz our user. From there, what you're going to do is you're going to D-pad switch to the left side of the screen. There's really 2 ways to run this defense. I'll show you 2 here in this example. But essentially, if I hit left on the D-pad when my user blitzes basically down, then you'll see that this pressure off of the edge has a good chance of being able to come in off the edge. So we're able to get good pressure off of the right side. The other way to get pressure off this right side after show blitzing your linebacker here would be to user this linebacker, just simply usering him. You can contain as well. And what you're going to see is normally this will get really good pressure. Now, as you noticed, we were having a little bit of trouble due to the chipping in this game. And so what you can do is you can also send it off of the left side. What's nice about 3-3 out is you can send the same blitz off of the right and the left. So we're going to use overload 3 press for this, and we're going to do exact same setup. We're just going to show blitz the linebackers, QB contain, and then typically what will happen is you'll be able to get this nice left side looping pressure at the quarterback. One thing you can do if you want to make this a little bit better is you can click onto this guy and just move him inside of that slot receiver or ISO receiver. That will make this blitz significantly better because he won't really get chipped by anybody. It'll just give you a really clean way to be able to send 5 in this game. You can send 5 off the left, you can send 5 off the right, you mix in D-pad switching, but all in all, this defense is super, super effective. The nickel double mug or 3-3 double mug or 2-4 double mug has one of the best overload blitzes in all of Madden 26, and you can do it out of both man and zone coverage. What you want to do in your coach adjustments for this defense is you want to have auto flip on, you want to have option read key on conservative, pitch key aggressive, read and pass key both are on conservative. At the bottom here, you want to typically put your hooks on 5, safety depth on close, and safety width on pinch. And then in the 3-3 double mug formation itself, you want to put your fastest safeties at the middle linebacker position, your fastest overall linebackers or edge rushers at the defensive end position, and your best defensive lineman shedders at the defensive tackle position. Once you do that, you want to open up the formation menu and you want to set the shell to cover 2. And then you can either run this out of mid blitz or any other play. I typically like to use the plays where both middle linebackers are blitzing in the defense, like buck zone blitz. But in general, we're going to show this out of the mid blitz play. Now, all you're going to do to set this blitz up is you're going to take the defensive end that is on the tight end side. So in this case, that would be the right of screen. We're going to put him in a coverage assignment of our choice, whatever coverage we want him to be in. We're then going to QB contain. We're going to stand over the center just like this. At the snap of the ball, what we're going to do is we're going to let our user kind of blitz down, and we're going to hit right on the D-pad to switch stick to the vert hook. And what you're going to see is this very simple send 5 will get you edge pressure pretty consistently at the quarterback. Let's show that to you one more time. So again, just zone this guy out, contain. If you want to, you can also preset your user to run down by hitting left on the D-pad, R1 to bring up the stunt menu, hold left joystick down, and so that you'll immediately hit the center, and then you're going to switch stick to the right side. And when you are able to do that, normally that makes this blitz all the better. And then last but not least, I'll show it to you one more time. The other thing that you can do in this defense is you can manually re-blitz this defensive end on the left side of the screen. That will sometimes give him a little bit better of a blitz angle just to get that quick pressure. And every now and then, if they mess up the pass protection, you'll be able to get that pressure up the middle. But in general, this is the double mug defense, and I think just the easiest way to get consistent, good, quality pressure in this game. All in all, these are the best defenses post-patch in all of Madden 26. And if you're looking to take your game to the next level, get better on the defensive side of the ball, I'd encourage you to check out our school community. I'll leave a link in the description down below for that. Again, it's only $10 to become a member. It gets you access to all of these defenses fully broken down in ebook format to where it's easier to digest, show you how to stop specific offenses and all that stuff. So if you're looking to take your Madden game to the next level, I'd encourage you to join our school community at the link in the description down below.